Well, hello and thank you for joining me for another Alex on Tech and TechAdvice.life video interview. I'm here today at the special media launch for the Samsung S25 range, the Plus, the regular one and the Ultra. And I'm joined today by Nathan Rigger. He's the head of product for mobile at Samsung Electronics Australia. We've spoken to Nathan a number of times before. Hello.
Alex, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time and great launch. And in fact, in the background, we can see one of the Samsung TVs that can be rotated,
Yes.
portrait or landscape. And we can see the new One UI 7
Yes.
experience. What is the short version of what makes One UI 7 so much more advanced than all the rest?
Well, One UI 7 is a groundbreaking advancement in terms of our OS. Effectively, we've created an AI framework from the ground up, working with partners like Google to fully integrate contextual AI experiences throughout the Samsung ecosystem.
Now, one of the things that you spoke about was having this human-like interaction, and anyone who's spoken with ChatGPT or Gemini knows that you can now have this flowing conversation. It's like C3PO, and it's something that was only once sci-fi, but this is now not just something you have to get a separate app for, but it's built into the phone as part of its foundational experience.
Absolutely. So now all it takes to activate Gemini on the Galaxy S25 series is a quick tap of the side button. You can easily communicate a prompt, and you'll now be able to have multiple things done at the same time. Say you want to book an Italian restaurant for a group of 10 and send it to all of your family. The device will now search that and send it to all of the people without even having to change screens. So it just shows how we're properly integrating that into our platform and allowing people to do multiple things at once. It's a real big change.
Yeah, now you mentioned that it's going to work with a number of the Samsung apps as well as Spotify and WhatsApp, but obviously over the course of 2025 and into the future, this will start being integrated into all the different apps because it'll be part of the SDK and it'll just be something that you want to interact with your technology by voice and have it do things on your behalf at your instruction.
Absolutely, and at Samsung we believe in democratizing AI. So making AI available to all, irrespective of what type of AI that you use, making sure that it's available across as many applications and services as possible, and not just siloing people into one type of AI agent, but possibly multiple depending on the use cases, and really optimizing that experience for you. Really?
Yeah. Now, the embargo for this launch is the 23rd of January, and there's obviously going to be a huge unpacked video event. We must have had like a shortened version. There's no doubt more surprises to come. I'll have a link to that video in the same article that this video is in, and I definitely recommend people watch. I always love to watch the keynotes. One of the other people I do radio with always teases me that I'm the person that says, watch the keynotes, watch the keynotes. Yes. So there'll be lots to see there. But just tell us a little bit about some of the improvements to the camera, one of the big things that people love when they get new smartphones.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first I'll say definitely don't miss Unpack. There's going to be a few surprises that we didn't cover today that will be in there, so make sure you tune in. Take Alex's advice. Yeah, the camera continues to be one of the key purchase driving factors for people who purchase a smartphone today.
Yeah.
Camera is so important. Capturing those precious moments, really, really important. And what we've done is made a significant change to one of the camera modules within our device, the ultra-wide lens. So it'll now come with a new 50 megapixel sensor, which is 4 times the resolution that we've previously offered. What does that mean? It means that you're going to get really detailed, crisp, ultra-wide photos and really detailed, crisp, macro close-up photos as well, as close as up to 2 centimeters away from the object as well. So if you're taking close-up, wide-angled shots, it works with that 200 megapixel main camera as well, or even 100 times space zoom. Our device really accommodates you for everything that you need to capture when you need to capture it as well.
And with all the Galaxy AI improvements, of which there are plenty in One UI 7, we'll go through some of those in a moment, but you've also improved the generative editing, the generative fill, the ability to make sure that when you take photographs of a group of people, they can all have their eyes open. And that's not just using Google's best take technology, but it's your own.
Yeah, absolutely. It uses, it is based on our Gauss platform. And what the really important thing there is that we're not just introducing new features all the time, but we're continuing to improve the ones that we've already launched. So generative edit allows you to reposition, remove, or even resize objects within a photo. We've now made that even more accurate and detailed than ever before. We've also introduced new features like audio eraser, which erases background noise from video, along with a host of other features as well.
Yeah. And in the One UI 7 itself, I mean, you've got widgets on the screen, but you've also got this now brief and a now bar.
Yeah.
Let's cover those in just a little bit of detail to tell us how that can set you up for your day and give you the information you need when you need it.
These are my favorite new features, Now Bar and Now Brief. What it is designed to do is to give you the information that is important to you when you need it most. So Now Brief, when you wake up in the morning, and let's be honest, the first thing that we pick up now is the phone in the morning.
That's right.
I typically check the time to see if I can get another 10 minutes of sleep.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always late. Don't tell the boss, well, I'm sure they'll see it now. Or we check our socials, we check if we've got notifications, we check what our schedule is for the day. Now Brief is a single destination to give you a full brief of the day. When you wake up, it'll let you know your sleep report for the night before based on if you're wearing a watch or ring. It'll tell you how you slept. It'll tell you what the weather will be for the day. It'll tell you your schedule. It'll tell you the traffic to your normal destination, provide you with a suggested route, give you all the scores and updates that happened overnight, as well as news and many, many other things. And it'll be contextual throughout the day. So it'll change based on the things that you do, when you do, and the information that you need.
And one of my friends is a mad F1 fan, and he always wants to turn off anything that tells him the result until he's actually watched the race.
Yes.
So no doubt you can fine tune it down to, you can say no F1 news, for example.
Spoiler alert friendly, I should say. So.
And on the lock screen, you've got the Now bar.
Yes.
So what does that do?
So the Now bar puts all of that information on your lock screen. So you'll get that contextual information, you'll get access to your favorite applications that you use at specific times of the day. So if it knows that I use Calculator while I'm at work, it'll suggest Calculator when I need it most. It'll give updates for scores, news, even controls for things like music and videos as well, all in an integrated bar at the bottom of the lock screen. So again, another way that we're using AI to provide meaningful benefits to our users.
Now, one of the other things that Samsung has done for a long time is work exclusively or very closely with Qualcomm because I mean, when the new Qualcomm chip becomes available, all the different phone manufacturers can have that same chip. But you've always gone a step above to have like an exclusive, extra special version.
Absolutely.
And this year it's the Snapdragon 8 Elite. So what are some of the numbers that have improvements over what you had in the S24 Ultra in terms of the performance improvements?
Absolutely. So we have launched with these devices across all three models. We'll launch with the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. And why is it for Galaxy? Well, we've had in-house designers create a bespoke and proprietary Samsung technology that has been integrated into the Qualcomm chip in partnership with Qualcomm to offer unique experiences and improvements to our design.
And set it apart from all the competitors as well. Yeah.
We've always been a leader in display. Things like ProScaler will allow for an improvement in display quality of up to 40% compared to previous iterations of the Galaxy S series. And that is from the chip up. We've also introduced a spatial temporal filter.
Sounds very sci-fi.
Very, very sci-fi.
Like Doctor Who.
Exactly. And that is again built into the chip. And that allows for the detection of static and moving objects, allowing the S25 to delete noise, meaning you can capture videos in dark conditions without too much distortion.
Yeah. And one of the things you also introduced in previous years is the vapor chamber. This year, it's 15% bigger on the regular and the Plus, and 40% bigger on the S25 Ultra. Does that mean for people, obviously when people are playing games, the phone heats up, but in the summertime, I noticed that your phone, the screen can get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer as it gets hotter and hotter, or if you've got a case, like a thick case, that can happen. And obviously if you're playing games, you can drop frame rate. So this vapor chamber, although you don't see it, what it means is the performance stays unthrottled for longer.
Yeah.
And it's going to make sure that the screen also doesn't dim as well so quickly?
Exactly. So we know that gaming is a big emerging trend on mobile devices.
Yeah.
In fact, a survey we did last year showed that up to 70% of Australians are saying that they use their mobile device for gaming now. So gaming is becoming an increasing trend in mobile usage. And at Samsung, for quite a few years now, we've optimized our premium devices for gaming. One of those was support for ray tracing, as you're well aware, Alex, the Vulkan engine, but also the introduction of a vapor cooling chamber. And every year we continue to increase the size of that so the device stays cooler for longer when you're playing heavy games that are graphics intense, require the maximum processing capabilities or multitasking capabilities of the device. So that means that it won't dim, that it will stay cooler, that you'll get an edge over your competitors as well.
Because I just using the phone normally if I'm sitting outside, and I mean this is on an Apple device, and I see the screen getting dimmer, and it's like, it's so annoying.
Yeah. Well, especially in hot weather, right? So
we're in the middle of summer.
Exactly. So I mean, they are safety features built into the device, but things like the vapor cooling chamber are there to mitigate that, so it doesn't disrupt your daily usage of your device in environments. Yeah.
Now we've also, so let's have a quick look at some of the phones here. That you can hold yours up as well. That's the Ultra with all the different cameras. Now the design has been improved. Tell us about the improvements to the bezels on the sides and the durability.
So the display bezels on the device have been decreased by 15%. So you're getting more screen and a better form factor. On top of that, we've curved the edges. So the Ultra series is always known for having quite sharp edges, very rectangular as well. And what we've done now by reducing those bezels, kept the same screen size, we're able to curve the edges so you get the full real estate without creating more bulk or having sort of bulk.
It's a slightly bigger screen in the same footprint.
Absolutely. We've reduced the thickness of the device as well, so it's thinner than ever before, our thinnest ever Galaxy S series, and lighter as well. Thinner, lighter, less bezels, nice round symmetrical design. It is really a beautiful device.
And you've got some beautiful accessories here. I can just holding this up. But one of the big ones is the Crocs. Tell us about that.
Yes. Well, Crocs case, yes. I initially thought Crocs was frowned upon for quite a while, but now everyone has Crocs. So we have partnered very closely with Crocs to introduce this new Crocs case. It allows you to be able to personally customize it as well with different accessories, and that is exclusive to
you can hold it up from your side there.
Exclusive to the Galaxy S25 series. So we're definitely allowing people to personalize their smartphone experience and make it truly their phone both inside and out.
No, very nice. I mean, that's, there's gonna be a lot of pester power, right? For parents are gonna listen to the kids. I want one of these. I want one of these.
Yes.
So I do want to ask you about the Ring, which has had some improvements. But I mean, what's sort of like a final message from you on the S25, and presumably there's going to be big demand for people upgrading, especially from older devices from the past 3 or 4 years.
Absolutely. We have very big expectations for the Galaxy S25 series. We've seen Australians adopt Galaxy AI at a very, very fast rate, and we're expecting to see these improvements drive real demand. The key improvements being improvements to new and existing Galaxy AI features, a complete groundbreaking change in the way that we have created One UI 7 with our new AI platform. Allows for your own personal human-like AI agent, allows you to do multiple things at the same time, and we've made significant improvements, as we've covered, Alex, across display, across camera, performance, and obviously design as well. This is by far and large the best device we've launched. We're super excited to bring it to the hands of Australians.
And for those who've got a S24 or S23, I mean, some of those AI features will come over the next few months. I mean, you've got a 7-year upgrade policy. But if you want all those features from day one, then it's obviously a good time to upgrade. And when is the on-sale date?
Come the 14th of February, it'll be on sale for all the public, and a perfect Valentine's Day gift as well.
And just with the Galaxy Ring, there's a bit of news there as well. Just tell us about that.
Absolutely. So Australians have adopted Galaxy Ring at a faster pace than most other countries, actually. So the take-up and Australians as early adopters continues to be a key trend for us. And we're introducing new sizes to Galaxy Ring as well, based on feedback from Australians and customers all over the world. And also excitingly, we're expanding availability as well. It will be available through key partners like JB Hi-Fi and Telstra. Today you can get it from Samsung stores and online. More and more people will be able to go into store and check it out soon.
Well, it'll be a very appropriate way to ring in the new year with the new ring. New Samsung S25, probably new ringtones there as well.
Yes,
one of the watches and the buds, of course. And no doubt there's going to be plenty more from Samsung over the course of 2025.
No doubt, looking forward to it.
Nathan Rigger, thank you so much for your time.
Alex, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.